for the moment you've all been waiting for.
Hello again. Again. It's been like, what, 3 hours? 3 hours? A little bit over 3 hours? We're back. Back with some Farm Sim. Guys, I know I said I wouldn't play Farm Sim anymore, but I think the break is over. I loaded it up the other day, and yeah, I'm back into it. Not. No, that's not my name. Mav. Jeez. We got here Wacky's here with an extremely long version of my name. What's up, buddy? Jenny says, welcome back. Yes, we're back. So, we're playing on Peaceful Acres. I've got maybe, I don't know, 4 or 6 hours into this map. Didn't really get a whole lot done. Not cheating money. I'm sure that's the same thing. It's the first thing Dan will ask. Barely hear you over the music. Really? Because I can barely hear the music. You can, let's see, where even is that? That's there. We could take that, we can turn it down just a little bit. It's down to like 7%. I don't think we can turn it down anymore. Yeah, I can barely hear it, so. Hi, Dan. See, I knew Dan would be here. Yeah, we're not cheating money, Dan. I know that's the first thing you'll ask, so. Alright, let's get off this screen. So let's check out this map. So this is the starting farm. I really didn't add anything. Full-time streamer, yeah, something like that. I really didn't add anything. This is kind of what it starts you out with. Let me jump out of this tractor. We'll get into flight mode, I think. Right? I don't think I turned flight mode on. Son of a bitch. Hold on, let's turn flight mode on. So this is where it starts you off. You got a house, you got a pickup truck. I don't really drive the pickup truck much because, you know, had fun yesterday at my nephew's grad party. You got to fire 500 Smith & Wesson. Nice. They start you with these little sheds here. I've got that little combine I was able to buy with a little bit of money I had. Got a tractor, got a plow, got a seeder, got a trailer, the basic stuff. Start you off with this. I did build this. This is a just a buying station for lime and seeds and stuff, because this is what it starts you off with, and I'm going to go through that really fast. First field we've got is right here. I've got some barley planted there so I can feed my chickens, and then I don't own these yet, but there's a couple down here that are kind of attached to the farm. Hi, Dark Wolf. But, where am I? I'm confused. I got dancing squirrels. What's up, Skylar? The thing about this farm, there's only one way in or out. So you can see it's surrounded by trees. You go down here, there's this little path kind of goes through here and takes you to the rest of the map. But that's the only way in or out. So I was already telling Intense, we need some logging in here. Get me some expansions here. There's tons of trees. No sawmill on the map for whatever reason. I figured that much out. But tons of trees. It's very logger friendly. And you get out here, pretty basic, not a whole lot going on. The traffic's kind of shitty. Looks good. I like it. Very basic. Got some plants and stuff up here. I think this is, what is this? Oil manufacturer. I don't own that. There's a bakery over here. The pallet factory. The normal stuff you find on a map. BGA, which I'll probably never use. What's this? This is a little gas station. Might not be cuttable. I'm sure it's cuttable. Like it even said in the map description that you can log it. I was just really surprised they didn't put a sawmill or literally anywhere to sell wood at all. Like, so we're gonna have to make something. But really, just a lot of open, flat-ish fields. It's not a very big map. It's only a 1x. Some more logging areas up here, little roads going through it and whatnot. What's this? Animal dealer. There, I think that's the spinnery up here. Streaking again. Intense with a 20 stream streak. Wow, that's a lot. You could put one down. Yeah, as I say, we could build. We got them. Farmers market up here. So these factories I own, they came with the map. The big one in the back is actually just a huge dairy. There's a little grain mill here. This is the canned vegetable factory, preserved food factory, whatever the hell you call it. There's a little spinnery here. And then also, for some reason, even though the starting farm is, you can't even see it, it's all the way across the map over there. Our animals, which we also own, are over here. I have not fed them yet because they just kind of here, but we got one sheep pen, we got one cow pen over here. Does not have the feeding robot. And then we got a nice little silage pit there, a nice little silo to hold feed in, and 3 little chicken coops over here. Oh, I didn't even notice a little wagon there. That's pretty cool. So that's kind of what I'm working on. We go back to the map once it saves. So here's our starting farm clear over here. You can see the one field that I've got right next to the farm. What I did, I bought this field all the way over here near the animals. Gonna turn that into a grass field. I spent like 4 hours harvesting parsnips off of it yesterday. That was fun. And by fun, I mean that was no fun at all. What was that Friday? I think that was Friday I did that. But yeah, when I bought the field, it had parsnips on it. It seemed like a waste to let them go to waste. So I rented a harvester and went at it. In-game harvester. Yep, used the in-game one. The how's that thing called? The I forget the name of it. Let me find it. Vegetable. This thing, the Ropa. 4 hours of hell. Yeah. It wasn't the harvesting that was so bad. Like, this Ropa moves pretty quick. The problem was I've got a really small trailer and I can't really afford to buy another one at the moment. So the problem was, like, those things generate like 400,000 or so, and my trailer holds 30,000. So I made a lot of trips back and forth to sell them things. And I put quite a few of them into the canned food factory too. So that'll make us some nice profit once those are done assessing. So that field's done being harvested. I got to get over there and plow it, and then we're going to plant some grass. Currently do not have the money to buy a baler at the moment, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Probably be doing a lot of contracts in the meantime. Yeah, this road through the forest absolutely sucks. You could hook up a few together. I can't afford them. I've only got one trailer. You can see I got $30,000. And honestly, most of that I was in the negatives. Most of that $30,000 came from selling the parsnips that I had. I had no money at all. Yeah. The traffic is really, really, really bad on this map. That's one thing I will complain about. Like, it gets stuck everywhere. They're constantly trying to pass each other and running into each other and causing traffic jams. Like, it's kind of hilarious to watch, but also annoying. Back, grab a big grain bin. Again, can't afford a big grain bin. Trying to do this without cheating money in. We'll get there eventually, but we're just starting out. I know, Skylar, you like all the big stuff. We'll get there. We're starting right now with what we can afford. I have big fields, so it makes sense. Yeah, I've done the huge maps, the huge fields, the huge equipment, the unrealistic stuff, the stuff that goes 100 miles an hour. We've done all that. This is a smaller map, so I kind of want to keep it basic. I don't want to get into the huge, crazy modded stuff. Take my time. You know, we might not accomplish a whole hell of a lot in a short amount of time, but that's kind of the idea. Take my time and do it the right way. Wasn't your last map a 4X? Yeah, and by the time we were done with that was that Montana map. By the time we were done with that, we owned quite a bit of that map and we're farming it all at once. It became more farm management simulator than farm simulator because I was just throwing AI workers all over the map and chasing them around all day. We put a lot of hours into that map, though. I spent a lot of time on there. Map spent a lot of time on there. Intense helped a little bit. I think Tom was on there with us a bit. Jenny was on there with us a bit. Play 8x, and yeah, it's too much for one person. I mean, it depends on how you want to play. Like, if you get, you know, to play a map that big and have fun with it, you got to cheat a little bit. And it turns into, like I said, it turns into more management simulator. Like, you're not going to sit here with a plow this big and do a field 10 times this size. Like, that's all you would do. I'm sure you guys remember, I've done that. I spent 6-hour stream one day harvesting the same field. I don't want to do that. Like, there's a happy medium between taking your time and being realistic and just, holy fuck, this is torture, you know? Reminds me, do you want me to share those files and backups? Yeah, you can. I don't know that I'll ever play them again, but it might be nice to have. Go take a look at it. We no longer have the dedicated server. Both me and Intense kind of stopped playing Farm Sim for a while and realized that it wasn't worth the money, so we let it die. This is being, we have this set up for multiplayer, but it's being hosted off my computer. So once I go offline, it's no longer here, you know. Yeah, then we all got burned, some faster than others. Yeah, exactly. Like, this is, up until this last week, I had not fired this game up for a good solid 2 months. Like, it gets repetitive after a while. But also after a couple months not playing it, okay, well now I'm kind of into it again. Like, it was a good thing. I took my break, feel good about it, no regrets, you know. Remember that night you were losing it towards the end? Yeah, that was not planned. Like, I went into that stream and I was, you know, I'm going to do this field and then I'm going to do this and this and this and this. And next thing I know, 6 hours have gone by and I'm still harvesting the same fucking field. I'm like, this was a mistake. What did I do here? Why am I doing this? You need 3 people at least? Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I've got a few people that I play this game with, not a lot. Like, you know, Intense will come and play when he has time, but he likes more the logging and building side of it. He doesn't really want to help with the farming, and I'm not going to force him to, you know. I don't know where Mav is on this game. He was the one that played with me the most, but he kind of took a break from it at the same time that we did, so. It is what it is. I'll sit here and do it by myself. It's all perfectly fine. Not in a rush, just kind of doing things as they come. Need a group of people to play with. By yourself it gets boring. Yeah, for sure. It can. This game is way more fun multiplayer, for sure. We got a Kiwi sighting. Oh, that was a goose. That wasn't a Kiwi. What's up, Ernie? Good morning. Oh, I keep. Yeah. Good morning. It's morning for you over there. How are things in the other half of the world? I am playing this with the precision farming DLC on, which I never really used much before because it always looked extremely complicated, and then I started reading about it, and it's not as complicated as it seems. In fact, some of it's actually simpler. It's just different. It's not the same. It's not the same workflow. It's a little bit different in every step. Kind of changes things up a little bit. Could be better. Hit 2 deer. I know. Oh shit, that sucks. How do you hit 2 deer? I've hit a deer before. I've never hit 2 at once. That's talent, sir. How the hell do you? Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking that. How the hell do you hit two of them? Like, after you hit the first one, wouldn't you stop? After hitting one, might as well just keep going. I guess that's kind of true, but I don't know. You'd think you'd stop and get out and inspect the damage and... Honestly, knock on wood a little bit, it's been a long time since I've hit a deer. Like, it was like, I was in my early 20s. I was driving my Monte Carlo back then. It was late at night, country roads, come up around a bend. There was a deer in the middle of the road. There was no way I could avoid it, so I cracked it with the front of my car. The worst part about it was the hit didn't kill it. It was like 90% dead. It was just like laying on the side of the road, like flopping around. I'm like, oh my God, I felt so bad. So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had a buddy that I knew would be awake. He's a hunter. He's always got guns on him and shit. I'm like, dude, I need a favor real quick. I need you to get over here as fast as you can. Bring a gun with you. We got to put this thing out of its misery. It was standing there for 5 minutes waiting for him to show up. It was one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. That part sucks, yeah. If you kill it on impact, it's one thing, but it was just like, it was like flopping all around and obvious agony. I'm like, oh, this is horrible. He got there in record time, though. Walked right up, shot it in the head. Thanks, buddy. A little more gory than I wanted, but... You were side by side, managed to slow to about 45 for the first one. Missed a spot. Well, I missed a lot of spots. I'm not done yet. Only just starting. This is going to take years? Nah, it's not. It'll take about 10-15 minutes. This is the same field that I pulled the parsnips out of just for scale. Like I said, that took me about 4 hours. When I say 4 hours, that's not to say that I sat here the entire time and just focused on it. I got up, walked around the house, walked outside a little bit, you know. But yeah, it took a while. There were a couple points where I considered coming over here and just plowing them under, but I'm like, yeah, I kind of need the money. So we'll get her done. I do need to buy... Let's see, yeah, so you get into precision farming. It shows you... Did I not buy the information for this field? So you got to do a soil analysis. Yeah. And then it shows you your pH value, which actually isn't that bad on this field. And it shows you your nitrogen value, which for this field is absolutely 0. Nitrogen's pretty much fertilizer. So yield, that's what came off of it. There's different soil types, etc., etc. The only reason I wanted to look at that, I'm going to have to buy a new lime trailer because the one that I have apparently was part of the Highlands Fishing DLC, and I took that mod off before I loaded in and it disappeared. So I got to find a new one. That might be where I'll cheat enough money in just to buy that trailer, considering I already bought it and it literally just disappeared and didn't give me my money back. I don't consider that cheating. What do you think? Slow cooker smelling good. What are you slow cooking? Do I even want to ask? Is it going to make me hungry? For the record, I didn't stop. Some alarm went off for like 30 seconds. Had one light plus moonlight. Radiator was okay, thankfully, so carried on. I mean, that makes sense. You can keep going, keep going. I got bacon in the air fryer. My whole house smells like bacon now. Jesus. I don't know that I've ever tried bacon in the air fryer. Is that good? I usually just cook it in a pan or on a griddle, like normal people. Pork chops sitting in honey bourbon. Oh my god, that does sound good. Well, anything with the word honey in it is a potent ass smell, so I'm sure that's got your whole house smelling good. Did stop at the next town 30 minutes away, couldn't open my door, shoveled over to the passenger seat and couldn't open that, so bugger carried on. Oh shit. I'm guessing it didn't total the car though, since you were still driving it. Are you still in your car now? Did you ever find a way out? These are the questions people want to know. Like, that story stopped at you not being able to get out of your car. I need to know, are you still in your car? Are you trapped? Do you need help? You need somebody to come bust the window out and let you out? The car's just new home. Yeah, Ernie's just been living in his car for like 3 days, you know. Having filet mignon for dinner, ready now for it. Filet mignon? Jesus, Dan. You're clearly living better than the rest of us. Yeah, totally good, especially from frozen. It's easier. I've never tried that. And for holidays. I mean, I'm making ribs. Yeah, I knew you were making ribs. I saw you arguing with Mav about food earlier. It's like, where's the music? I just realized I turned the volume on my headphones down. Looked up like, you guys can hear the music. I can't. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, for anyone who didn't see my stupidity, I said it in Intense's Discord, and I think I said it in Map Stream earlier too. I made chicken tenders for dinner in the air fryer. The frozen ones I buy, I eat them at least twice a week. Buy them from Walmart. They're really good all the time. Pulled them out of the air fryer, coated them in hot sauce. I'm sitting here eating. Of course, you know, fingers are kind of covered in hot sauce. And then my eye got itchy. So I went like this. Holy fuck. You'd think after decades of eating hot sauce, I would know to wipe the fingers off before touching any body parts. Nah. My eye was burning for like a good solid hour. That's pretty much how my life's going. Got lucky it went up and not right in the radiator. Pics in your Discord. Oh, let me look. Oh, wow. Yeah, Dan's right. I mean, that looks bad, but it pretty well just kind of more cosmetic damage than anything. It kind of missed most of the important parts, so... For that little corner there, that might be tough to fix, but hey, you're a mechanic, aren't you? You'll figure it out. Hey, dumbass, don't eat hot wings with hot sauce and then rub your eyes. That's the exact same thing Intense said to me. Twice, actually. Cosmetic from what I've seen so far. Yeah, I mean, it's still gonna be a pain in the ass to fix, but it didn't hit anything major. Like you said, you missed the radiator and all that, so you're not too bad off. New bumper, new hood. I already told him that twice. Why didn't you tell him that earlier? Yeah, he told me at least twice in 2 different places that I'm aware of. It's fair, though. If he would have done the same thing, I would have called him a dumbass at least 3 times, so... It's fair. I will likely just want a pizza later. Never in my life met a dude who doesn't like ribs. Like, I'll admit it's not one of my favorite go-to dishes. I won't go out of my way to make them, but somebody offered me a plate of ribs. I'm not going to turn them down. It's actually not bad for 45 miles per hour now. It's not been a very big deer. Small as your car is, I would expect it to crumple the hell out of it. Especially at that speed. I wanted that for lunch, but didn't get it. I also made his copycat candle he wanted me to make. What is a copycat candle? I don't like ribs, really. They're not my favorite go-to food, but I'll eat them. My biggest problem with ribs is they're so damn messy. Like, especially if you're a guy with a beard, ribs are tough. You just got to take a full-on shower when you're done eating them, because that shit, there's no way to avoid getting it in there. None. They're not worth the effort. That's why you get like what are those called? The single ones, or it's just like, you know, instead of a whole rack, you get them cut one bone at a time. Those ones aren't too bad. Ribs are so good. Found a candle that's a mix of sandalwood, amber, and musk. Didn't want to buy it since I make them, so I got the oils and made it. Oh, I see. I've eaten ribs with a fork and knife, so I don't. I've tried doing that. It's really hard to get a lot of meat that way. Like, the only way to truly get the meat off the bone is just shove it in your mouth and get in there. You can do it with a knife and fork, but you're missing out on probably half of it. Limited meat and your beard's fucked for hours. Yeah, like I said, you gotta take a full-on shower when you're done. There's no wiping it out with a napkin at that point. Are you clipping? No clipping. Looks like the ad break's about this time. Jesus, that seems fast. Have I been live for a half an hour already? Holy hell. Hey, ads are happening, guys. It is. I tried, so I don't have the teeth left to get a good bite. That makes sense. It's my problem also. I have ribs like twice a year. If it wasn't for all the work involved, they'd be really good, though. Same reason I get boneless wings. Yeah, but here's my problem with that. Like, boneless wings are not even the same kind of chicken. It's not like they take a chicken wing and take all the meat off the bone and serve it to you. It's not the same even kind. It's not the same kind at all. It tastes completely different. Don't get me started on the boneless wing debate. That's something that I am very, very passionate about. Hence the quotations. Yeah. Listen, as long as you know and understand that you're eating basically chicken nuggets, have at it. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm saying they have no right to be called wings. They're not even wing meat. You spelled nuggets wrong. Exactly. Exactly. Agree, just fat nuggets? Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they're better than chicken nuggets, but they're basically the same thing. I won't lie, I've been known to eat boneless on occasion. You don't feel like fighting the bone, but wings are by far my favorite food on this earth. I am that guy that's, I gotta go try out all the different restaurants and bars and dives, etc., that serve wings. And when I go in there, I'm not ordering hot, mild, barbecue. No, I'm not ordering that shit. I am finding the most exotic flavors that they come up with. Whether they sound good or not, I'm gonna try them just to see. More exotic, the more confusing the flavor sounds, the better in my book. I want to try them all. Plowing done. Let's take this back. We gotta get... So I gotta buy a lime trailer. We discussed this already. I had a lime trailer. I bought a lime trailer. I paid for a lime trailer. It was part of a DLC that I've since deleted off this map, and the damn thing disappeared, and I didn't get my money back. So I am going to cheat in money to buy another lime trailer, considering I already had one. Wings are just like ribs, though. So much work and fuck your beard for hours. They're not as bad, at least not in my experience. You gotta understand, I've eaten a few million chicken wings in my life, so I gotten pretty good at eating them. Beard or no beard. Cheater. Yeah, see, I don't consider it cheating. I just consider it the game stole my money from me because it disappeared the trailer that I already had. Should have at least given me my money back if it was going to steal the trailer. I'd say that's fair. Thank you, Dark Wolf. At least one person voting for me. Oh, look, it's a bunch of cuties in here. No, I'm the only one here. There's nobody else here. Clearly, you're looking at the wrong screen, Tej. God, yeah, all right. To drive into the farm, we have to go in cab because the branches from the trees are so thick you can't see the tractor through them. Yep, confirmed, just booger. Yeah, it's just me here. I'm all by myself. There's nobody else here. Gonna make intense blush? No. All right, so let's see here. We need a fertilizer spreader that will haul lime. I think there's only like one or two of them in the base game. What's the... No, I tried that one before. I didn't like it. We're not doing Beast Foot, and I hated... I need to delete this one too because I hated that thing. I had that on the other map. Looks like we're going with the brettle. Brettle. How do you say that? I don't know. You want to go big? We'll go big because I don't want to constantly refill it. We'll go narrow tires, spreading unit. What kind of tires do we want? Midas, BKT, they all kind of look the same. Continental. Yeah, we'll stick with those ones. I kind of like the narrow look. All right, so how much is that? 56,750. So you guys see this right here. 56,750, okay? So we're going to go here. We're going to go here. Wait a minute. No, here. Add money, 56,750, which is actually less than I paid for the first trailer. That was, yeah, so we want the big extension. We want the narrow tires, which was what, Continental, I think? Yeah. And the spreading unit, 56,750. All right. Bye. The glasses are a bit dirty. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah. You were clearly looking at the wrong screen. Maybe, well, no, I'm not. I was going to say go back to Sheppy's stream, but that's probably worse. Not even sure that's possible. No, not at all. There's something mildly entertaining about watching Sheppy without sound and just trying to imagine in your head what he's probably saying. Can you invent money in my account? Not in real life, no. I can only do it in this game. I don't. If I knew how to do it in real life, I'd be living a lot better than I am right now. Okay, so this holds, how much? 14,000 did I say this holds? So we need to buy... seven of these, I think. I'll go ahead and fill this up here, because I don't feel like driving all the way back to the farm to fill it up. God, why is this taking so long to fill up? Holy shit. Fill faster. That's annoying. Looks the same as before. But after you cleaned your glasses? Maybe you need new ones. Maybe they're just flat out broke. I think there's like one main road on this map and the rest is all these back farm roads. So at least, even though the traffic sucks, you don't have to deal with it that often. Seen you turn red once or twice and it wasn't rage or a sunburn. Yeah, it's rare, but it does happen. So let me see here. There is... So we got to turn on the crop sensor. Alt B turns it on. Okay. So the way this works, I've never played with precision farming on before, and this is like when I said it seemed more complicated, and it's actually way more simple. So this tractor has a sensor on it, and it detects. You can kind of see it in the mini map in the bottom corner there. What we're looking at is when we're spreading lime, we're looking at the pH value of this field. So you see all these weird different colors. That's the pH value of every part of that field. So there's a sensor on the tractor that will sense that and try to raise it to the level that it's supposed to be. Now, the cool thing about it is as it's doing that, it'll actually like stop and start the spreader on the trailer. So you use a hell of a lot less if you don't need as much. It like tries to even it out. It's really cool. Apparently this technology actually exists in real life, which just blows my mind. Damn, farmers have more technology than normal people do. And you can see above my head there, it measures where it's at, and then that little flag is where it's trying to get to, and then it calculates how much to spread. So it's actually using very little because this field's mostly pretty good already. Way too complicated, I already stopped. Yeah, I know you don't care. I know probably most people don't care, but hey, I feel the need to explain it. Leave me alone. These are things that I've learned. I'd like to share with the world. That you either probably already know or don't give a shit about. But I spent enough deep diving your YouTube archives, I'd find it. If spent enough deep diving your YouTube archives, I'd find it, but thankfully I'm lazy, right? Yeah, nobody wants to do that. Nope, don't care at all. I know you don't. It's fine. Actually saw a local farmer liming a field a couple days ago. That was neat. I am that like, you gotta understand, I grew up in the country. I went to a country school. I grew up around farmers. I was never really on farms that much, but I knew farmers, and I was never interested in it until I started playing this game. Nowadays, like if I drive down the road, down a country road, and I see a farmer out in their field doing things, I stop and watch. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And it's honestly amazing how accurate to life this game gets. It misses a big way on a lot of things as well, but also a lot of it gets incredibly close to accurate, you know? Oh, that's really how they do that. That's really cool, you know? I don't think I'd ever want to be a farmer because it seems like really, really hard work and really, really stressful with the economy the way it is. But I'd like to be like a part-time helper, you know. Let me drive the tractor for a couple hours. That seems really fun. No money in it. Exactly. Yep. That's the problem. I couldn't imagine working 14 hours a day out in the elements, dealing with all that stress, and at the end of the year actually losing money, which actually happens. Fuck that. And the problem with that theory is the longer that economic situation goes on, the less people are going to want to be farmers, and then we're going to have a real problem. Because, you know, we kind of need food. I like food. I don't think I'd live very long without it. Nah, I don't need food. You definitely need food. Your pizza rolls just don't appear out of thin air, sir. Incoming? What do you mean incoming? Oh. Well, now I'm going to be watching myself. It's creepy. Cost of fuel and fertilizer, you might make fun. Yeah. And I see fertilizer is getting higher and higher and higher. I don't want to get into the politics of it all. That's not a thing that I want to talk about here, but it's a very real thing. There's money in it, but every decision is a high-stake gamble. Well, yeah. Yeah. It's like playing the lottery. You're at the mercy of the weather, and you could do everything perfectly, and one bad storm could kill it all, or one misplaced frost, or can't tell you anymore. It's the truth, though. Yeah, for sure. My dad's a farmer. I give respect to him. I really do, because it's not a career I would want to take on. Like I said, driving the big equipment and, you know, doing this kind of stuff, you know, it's fun in a video game, and I would like to try it in real life, but I would not want to stake my life on it. If that makes sense. Can Park. Very good, sir. Very good. Oh, there it is. We've got Booger raid. I just got here. Wait, no, you can't. I'm Booger. You raided me. That you got it backwards. Where is this place? You've been here the whole time, idiot. We got a Sheppy raid. Welcome into all the people that came in with the Sheppy raid. Very much appreciated. Now I'm watching myself on this screen over here, which is incredibly... I can see myself on all three screens. That's incredibly creepy, just in case anybody was ever wondering. But of course, Sheppy's here. We gotta hit that button and properly welcome in. All right, Booger's getting raided. I raided a Booger from the goat. Yeah, you raided a Booger from the goat. Sheppy was playing some odd Sparks. I was over there for a little while watching. And then I was lurking as I jumped on here. Let's see, who's on now that we can lurk on? Yeah, we'll go there for a little bit. Thank you for the raid, Sheppy. Welcome in anybody that came in with the Sheppy raid. I see a Kevin Flores there. What's up, buddy? I think everybody else was pretty well here already. You fucked that up? Yeah, he fucked it up. It's fine, though. He doesn't know where he is or what he's doing. We're doing some farming sim. First time I've played Farm Sim in a couple months. Well, not the first time I played it. First time I've streamed it. I've had it up a couple times this last weekend, but... took a break from it, got bored with it, and then just kind of... I've been telling people, the last few weeks I've been kind of getting the itch to boot it up again, so I went and found me a new map. Decided to get back into it, and here we are. Saw him just as the raid went through. Oh, who just is with raid? What do you wait? What? Clear off the head from sun? Oh yeah, there's that too. Eating my dinner, be right back. All right, Sheppy, enjoy your dinner. We will be here. I would say I'll take care of all the people that you brought over here, but we all know that's not the truth, so. Sheppy raid, I think. You were already here, but thank you. Sheppy's a goat now. He's always been a goat. Where have you been, Skylar? I had pizza and steak. Both? Why? No. Intense. Why are you shouting me out in my own stream? They're already here. Literally anybody who can possibly read that is already here. I have 2 Booger tabs and no Sheppy tab. I'm here. Well, yeah, same. I was watching myself because I was lurking on Sheppy on the other monitor here, and just really like shouting at you. Well, stop it. I'm really glad that that came up over there and not like right on top of my face, because that would be creepy as hell. It's still a little bit creepy, but at least it was way over there. It was kind of closer to the chat than it is to me, so that's okay. I'll take that. I thought about it. 2 boogers sounds dangerous. It is. Even 1 is dangerous. There's Jenny with her kitty again.
It's too old.
Ted's coming in with the hydrate. Jenny with the kitty. Looks like we got a dancing squirrel coming up. Tangia seems to be slow these days. Like, I can see it pop up in the chat. There it is. Yep, it takes a minute. Alright, well that didn't take long at all. Let's go get the planter. You make dinner but might go to bed instead. It's like 7 o'clock in the afternoon. You're going to bed already? Holy shit. I kind of envy that, honestly. Alright, we got the hydrate. Let's get that out of the way. I am very thirsty. Thank you for that. The Kevin Flores is on a 7-stream streak. You've been here 7 times? I don't believe it. I'm going to need to see proof of that. I don't think you've actually been here 7 times, especially not 7 times in a row. I'm calling bullshit on you. Faked that. You hacked that. There's no way you've been here for 7 streams. Fake streak. Yeah, he definitely hacked that. What a thing to hack, by the way. Like, just say it. I'm new here. I don't know who the hell any of these people are. I just happened by the stream because I really, really, really love watching Farm Sim. I'm an AI. Somehow I believe that. Fell asleep in the computer chair last night and woke up at like 6:30 this morning, so oh god, that sucks. I'd love to be able to say I've never done that, but I've done that. Like I was saying earlier, there's some days when I get home from work, especially if it's a longer day, I will just sit here and completely zone out and stare at the wall and forget where the hell I am, and I won't move for like 3 hours. And it's honestly amazing that I don't more often fall asleep in this chair. There's times I'll sit here for 3-4 hours and doing absolutely nothing, like doom scrolling Facebook or something, or, you know, watching a stream that I have no interest in and not even interacting with it. It's just like background noise. And next thing I know, 3, 4, 5 hours have gone by and I have no fucking clue how. It happens more often than I would care to admit. How do you sleep in a computer chair? Very easily. I'm not going to say it's comfortable, but it's very easy to do. Wait a minute, I didn't even see. Is this thing... Oh god, how'd I get back in the tractor? There we go. Oh, nope, we're still in flight mode. Okay, so we need a lot of fertilizer and a little bit of seeds. Do I have any of those left in here? I don't think I have any fertilizer left in here, but I do have some... Oh, I do. Look at that, I got 4 pallets left. Yay! And I know there's seeds in here. Yeah, let's take 1,000 seeds out. Probably won't even need all that. I got the yard mowed at least. I've never been that tired to do that. Like I said, I don't do it often because it's, for one, this is not the most comfortable chair in the world, so it's kind of hard to do in this one, but if you're tired enough, you can pull it off. Oh, well, I pulled out way too much stuff. Let me see first, is this planter even, yep, this planter does do grass, because that's what we're wanting to do. Done it several times. Don't realize how tired you are till you start dozing in a computer chair. Oh my god. Jenny, I'm reading a comment and I plowed right into a tree. All this space to drive and I went right for that tree. I'm blaming you for that one. Mine reclines and has a leg support, so it's difficult not. Yeah. I don't think I would want a computer chair that comfy because I would be falling asleep in it constantly. Mine has a footrest and a back massager. I used to have one of those, and yeah, them things are dangerous. Fallen asleep a few times in my Secret Labs chair. See, if you would fall asleep in your chair, I would think eventually Michael would come in and wake you up. He's usually not far from you at all. Unless he's asleep first. Or just climb in his lap and take... Yeah. Yeah, let's see. We were playing American Truck Simulator with Dark Wolf, and then he got quiet for about a half an hour, and then all of a sudden his truck started going all over the road. We don't know what happened. Oh, it was Michael. He fell asleep. So one time he fell asleep in his chair and woke up to me screaming in his ear. I feel like there's more of a story there. You're usually in bed when that happens? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I forgot. This is a very tiny planner, but it goes fast, so there's that. Yeah, that night wasn't in game, but had my earbuds in. That's a terrible way to wake up. That's not where I wanted that. Hold on, let's go there. I don't know what all that is. All right. Too much Discord. Forget who did what, but Intense was yelling at someone. Let's be fair, he's always yelling at someone. Like, if you fell asleep with him in your ear, you had to be expecting him to start yelling at some point. Dark Wolf, wake up, Intense high scream. Has he ever gone one stream, or for that matter, even an hour of one stream without screaming at least once? Probably involved Chris or Mav. Or Sheppy. I'm not going to say it's 100% of the time, but more often than not, it involves one of those three. Shut the fuck up. I will not. I can bet it was Mav. Probably. Got it, especially in game. Got a lot of map to buy here. Got a field all the way on the right and a field all the way on the left, and that's it. Did I ever mention Michael knows Chris too, only knows him as Crispy? That's pretty much what everybody calls him nowadays. So I can see from my little mini map below my head here, this is turning it from red to orange. It's supposed to be green, so I'm going to have to fertilize this field at least one more time. The last one I did with this, it got it like perfect on the first shot. Crispy, how did that become a thing? I don't remember how exactly that became a thing. Raya started calling him Crispy Chris a couple years ago, and it just kind of stuck. But I don't remember why. If it was just like, if he just misspoke or actually created that nickname or said the wrong... I don't remember how it came about. It's a snack up here. Yeah, trust me. Crispy is not the snack you want in your life. Hell yeah, I don't even need a knife for the chops. Oh. Pork chops in the slow cooker. I usually do it with like cream of mushroom soup. But yeah, makes them real tender. Let's see, we did turn the, yeah, the sensor's on. I feel like it's not spreading that much fertilizer. It should be doing more. We got the automatic seeder on. I don't know. Been a year or two since I've had any. They're too hard for Sarah to eat with her teeth thin. Makes sense. Park's root beer is my favorite way to do my chops. Yeah, I've had that. That's pretty good with root beer. Sir Booger, Sir Peachy, Sir. How's Peachy today? How you doing, bud? Like the third time I've seen you today. You're everywhere.
That's what I appreciate about you.
Well, thank you. I'm the everywhere man. I know. Some days I just get in those moods where I just like, you know, there's like 17 people that I'm following that are all live on Twitch, and instead of watching them all at once, I'm just gonna bounce around, you know, go to this streamer, say hi, and then, you know, stick around for 5 minutes, go on to the next one, say hi, just to, you know, kind of check in, whatever. And it never fails. I can go to 17 different streams, and at least 19 of them, there's Peachy. Like, oh, hi, Peachy, again. He's everywhere? He's everywhere. Not to be confused with underwear. I have 300 and only one matters intense. Wow. Imagine coming into my stream and saying intense is the only one that matters. Wow.
Turn down for what?
Oh.
Turn down for what?
Never been more uncomfortable to thank a new follower, but oh, Butter. Thank you for the follow. I fucking love that name. That's wonderful. Welcome in. Man, you can meet some people with some strange names on Twitch. How many tabs does Peachy have open? All of them? Yeah, literally all of them simultaneously. As many tabs as you can possibly have, he has all of them open. Is this 25? Yep, it's 25. Farm Sim 25. We're playing on the Peaceful Acres map. Don't really know a whole lot about it. Kind of perusing Mod Hub and came across it and gave it a test and liked it, so... Who's this tense guy? He sounds sus. Oh, 100% he is. Absolutely he is. Just my phone, home internet is down. Oh, that sucks. How can you watch 17 tabs on just your phone? That sounds confusing as hell, Peachy. Food's done, yays. Alright, I'll be right there. Hang on, let me... Alright, let's hit that. Guys, we're gonna end the stream here. Jenny said the food's ready, so I gotta get going. It's been nice hanging out with y'all. Jane sharing. She would. If I managed to get there, she would. I know she would. I don't think Mav would, but Jenny would. Want some food? She's making ribs, Peachy. She'd make more for you. She wouldn't share. Well, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right there, Dan. I can't. Even though I just had dinner. What'd you have good? I had some very painful chicken. I've already shared that story. I don't want to go through it again. Let's just say I had some painful chicken. We keep telling you to come on down. Oh, I know, I know. I got to get a better car before I do any traveling, and before that happens, I probably need to find a more stable job, and gas needs to go down below $12 a gallon, and yeah, let's just say I'm probably not going to be traveling for a while, because there's a lot of things working not in my favor. Like, my car is paid off, and I very much enjoy the whole not having a car payment thing. And that's not to say that I couldn't afford a car payment with the current job. I could. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. I could pull it off. I wouldn't like it, but I could pull it off. The thing that worries me about that whole situation is I don't know how stable the job is right now. I say every day when I turn up that one of these days I'm going to show up to that place and there's going to be a padlock on the door and a note that says, thanks for everything. Have a nice life. I'm so afraid that's going to happen one of these days. So kind of being a little more, little scary with the money right now. I mean, Dan, I shared a pic. Oh, where at? I'm in the wrong Discord. Hold on. I gotta click buttons. Discord needs like an auto navigator. Like anytime there's something in a channel that you're not watching, it just automatically auto focuses there. That would be like the best feature ever. Could somebody invent that real quick? I'm literally paying $12 a gallon. That's insane. Granted, that's $12 Canadian, but that's still insane. You don't want to see that. It would bounce around 2,000. Well, yeah, I mean, I would only set it for a couple channels, but like, especially when I'm streaming, like I usually leave it on my general, but then sometimes notifications pop up and I bounce around to different channels and I forget where I am. And then somebody's like, oh, I posted this thing in your Discord and okay, I don't see it. Oh my God. Listen, can we just make everybody hungry? That looks fucking delicious. Good Lord. I need some. I should probably get that off my screen. My mouth's gonna be watering as I'm sitting here. Mom just stopped in Illinois. It was $4.75 for regular and $6.75 for diesel. We are, I want to say $4.95, $4.99, depending on which station you go to for regular. There's a couple still in the 480s, but most of them are at least $4.90 at this point. Diesel just cracked $6 a gallon. It's getting scary. They keep saying it's just going to go up more. Back. How was your dinner, Sheppy? I asked you what you were having, but you ran away too fast. You must have been extremely hungry. Michigan dude, welcome in, sir. How's it going? Going good. How are you? Not too bad. Not too bad. Getting back into Farm Sim after a couple month vacation from it. Enjoying these last few hours of a Sunday evening before I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Cry myself to sleep tonight like I do every Sunday. Kind of looks like a map I would like some. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's not crazy. There's not a whole lot going on. There's not a lot. It's just a lot of open fields. It really is. It's kind of simple and I kind of like that. So my only complaint about it so far is the traffic. The traffic's absolutely horrendous, but you only got to, like I said, there's only that one main road where you got to deal with it. Everything else is just back farm roads. So looks flat. Yeah, very flat. Until you get into like where the trees and shit are, there's a lot of valleys and stuff in there. Like if we were to log that out, we would definitely have to do some terraforming as well to make it useful because there's a lot of valleys down in there. But roux-laden, mashed taters, carrots, and broccoli. Okay, I know what mashed taters, carrots, and broccoli are. What the fuck is roux-laden? Am I even saying that right? Roux-laden. Sheppy, what is that? Is that some kind of weird Canadian thing? Rhymes with Aladdin. Raladin? Aladdin? Do you not pronounce the O? Is it just Raladin? It's a decent map. Had to save on that one. Did a huge goat farm. That's cool. I just started it, so I've pretty much like how it says you when let's look at the map here. It says, so we go to this screen. So when you buy field 30, it gives you kind of all the in-between spaces, basically everything that's not a field. And then you get like a couple of these factories. You get these, I forgot to show, we get these greenhouses up here, and then you get this animal pen down here. So that's pretty much all I've got so far. I got this one field here and this one field over here by the starter farm. That's all I've got at this point. Literally only maybe like 4 or 5 hours into the map. We're turning this field into grass, so I have something to actually feed the animals that I did start out with, because I'm sure they're probably currently starving. And we'll go from there and figure out what we want to do. Probably have 60 plus hours on there. Nice. Yeah, I was looking for something new. We were playing Judith Plains, Montana for quite a while. And at that point, I kind of got burned out with the game, which happens. I mean, farming is farming. When you play it 10 hours a day, it can get boring. You can get burned out on it. So I took a little hiatus from it. I kind of put it on the shelf, played some different games for a couple months, but just lately I've been getting the itch. So, and I didn't really do any research or anything. I just kind of perused ModHub, downloaded a couple maps that sounded cool. Logged into this one, did a fly around, took a look at it, and I'm like, huh, it's simple. We'll give it a shot. And so far, I'm liking it. Kind of a blank slate. We'll see what we end up doing with it.
H2O.
Tom, literally, I should have known. I should have known. I saw Tom come in, and I was literally taking a drink. Like, he's gonna hydrate me. I know he is. Hi, Tom. How are you, Tom? Welcome in, Tom. I'm on the new Shoreline of Michigan map. Loving it so far. I looked at that one. There was just something about it that, I don't know. It didn't hit me. I could probably play it, but it just, I don't know. It didn't click for some reason. It was your own damn fault. I know. I saw you come in. I should have known. How are you tonight, Tom? Like, it's about to do an update that needs a new save, so I'm waiting now to restart. I hate that. When you play modded maps, they're like, oh, we updated the map, but you got to start a new save. Look, I put 50 hours into the damn thing. Are you kidding me? Then you don't want to update it, you know? Yeah, I've played a few of the different, so first of all, and nothing against Michigan. I see it in your name. I have nothing against the state of Michigan. But we'll just get that out of the way right now. But why are there so many maps for this game that are based around Michigan? Number one. Number two, why do all of them seem exactly the same? Like, I've played like 3 or 4 different Michigan maps, and they all seem exactly the same. Like, does that entire... I've never been there. Does that entire state just look the same? Am I missing something? Like, I've played 3 or 4 different Michigan maps, and I just nowadays, like I said, nothing against the state. I don't know anything about it, but now anytime I see Michigan in the title, I just nah. Because I just know it's going to look exactly the same as every other map I've ever played. I don't know why that's a thing. And maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe, you know, I didn't really look at that map that much. Maybe it's completely different. I don't know, but there's a few that I've played. Like, it's just all the same kind of roads, and they got the ditches and the same red barns, and it's like, okay, I've played this, you know? Probably just misguided opinion, but that Flint water, it kills the brain cells. Is that what it is? Michigan needs lots of help. We're doing all right. We are doing just fine. Like I just said, getting back into some farm sim after a few months. Enjoying the last few hours of a Sunday night. God only knows what the rest of the week will look like. I wish someone would make one, and honestly, the only one that looks right to me is Frankenmuth and Rolling Hills of Michigan are the only ones that look legit to me. The rest I don't know about. They need a little help. So Frankenmuth was the one. It wasn't on this game. I think it was 22, and I know that game has been converted over to 25. I played probably 60, 70 hours on Frankenmuth map on 22. I had like a whole save on there that I built up. And I enjoyed it. You know, it was the first Michigan map I ever played. But then I started like looking at, like, you know, all these other maps, and I'm like, well, this is just Frankenmuth. It's like the same map, just the fields are rearranged, but it looks exactly the same to me. I was like, okay, I don't want to play this. There's like 30 Michigan maps out there, and granted, I've not looked at all of them, but to me, they all look the same. Some modder out there really, really, really likes Michigan and just keeps making the same map over and over again. So I explained what Roladin is above. I think you missed it, and it's pronounced Ruladin. Ruladin. Oh my god. Yeah, I skipped that because holy hell, that's a lot of words. It's a German dish, a meat roll-up with diced bacon, onions, and dill pickles all chopped up and spread over a 1/4 inch thick cut of beef, about 6 inches by 10 inches, and it's rolled up and tied, cooked in a gravy made with red wine. I gotta read that slower, because every bit of that sounded delicious, but I honestly got a little confused in the middle. Oh my god, not Ruladin, no spaces. That's what you put spaces in it. You said Ruladin. That's what I read. Ruladin. Ruladin. How do you wait a minute. Ruladin. Ruladin. Why am I sitting here learning German? Unless it's in my mouth, Sheppy, I really don't care. Aladdin, got it. Yeah, Aladdin. Hold on. I gotta scroll back up and I gotta read that entire description again slower because meat roll up with diced, okay, so diced bacon, onions, and dill pickles, all chopped up and spread over a 1/4 inch thick cut of beef, about 6 inches by 10 inches. Then it's rolled up and tied and cooked in a gravy. So you eat it like a roll? Like all that shit's rolled up in a piece of steak? And you just like eat it with your hand? Sounds delicious. Why have I never heard of these things? It's not saying it angry enough. You gotta say it angrily. Ruladin! Fucking Ruladin, goddammit! Is that better? It's sloppy, so we use a fork and a knife, though. We aren't savages. Yes, you are. Why are you so mad? Because Darkwolf said I wasn't angry enough. I'm just trying. Jesus Christ. I got one guy telling me I'm not angry enough. I got another guy yelling at me because I'm too angry. I can't fucking win here. Ja, you must say it angry. Oh my god. I can't win with you people. Apparently not German enough. Angry much. You know what? Shut up, Dan. When you jump on the bandwagon and say the same thing Intense says, man, that's a new low point for you, Dan. I'll send you a recipe for it. It's not hard to make. All right, sounds good. He often copies me. I know. It's weird. Fuck, I thought Darkwolf said it. Dan's like, I take it all back. I didn't realize it was Intense that said it. Playing Global Recuse. You're recusing yourself from the globe. Honestly, I haven't, like, I played that game a bunch when I first got it, and I haven't opened it back up again. Like, I definitely did not get far enough into that game. I need to open that back up. Maybe one weeknight this week. I did enjoy that game, just other things came up and distracted me from it. Oh shit. No more hydrates, my water's empty already. It's like there's an ad break kicking in about 6 minutes, so once that kicks up, I'll take a little walk and go fill it up.
H2O!
Tom, you fucking asshole.
It really, really sucks.
You're gonna have to wait 6 minutes, Tom, okay? Can you wait 6 minutes? Oh, thank you. Figured I would stock up while I can. Well, that's true. Yeah, by the time that 6 minutes goes by and I fill up and come back, you're going to have 2 more probably sitting there. Maybe I should bring back 2 cups. I make Intense sing this song later on the night. What do you think? How's your German, Intense? Think you could pull this one off? Stop it? No. You need to listen to this and get it in your head, so when I make you sing it later, you got it. You got it memorized. You don't even need the lyrics. You know German, right? You always said if anybody was going to make you sing anything in a foreign language, it would have to be Rammstein. So you already put that out there. Some Russian instead. Slaughter Prevail's Russian? I didn't know that. To be fair, I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to the lyrics in that. It just sounds like a lot of growling, which I love, but can't understand a fucking word he's saying. Yeah, same to you, Sheppy. I don't know what that means, but... Who's the Russian grizzly in America? Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I remember them saying that. That makes sense. See, sometimes I think I don't know things, but I actually do know things. I just don't remember that I know things. If you don't remember that you know things, do you still know the things? It's in there somewhere. You just gotta, you know, jog it loose a little bit. Each been knowing noodle noggin. Well, I know noodle noggin. That's definitely a word. I don't think that's German, is it? It's like some shit from Pee-wee's Playhouse. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does the bear still shit in the woods? Well, it depends on whether you slip in the shit or not. Got nothing to do with the tree. Alright, almost done with this. I'm gonna figure out what we're gonna do next. I don't really have any money to buy much of anything, so probably gonna have to do a few contracts to get loaded up a little bit until the next month. It's only noon, so we got plenty of this day left to play. People in glass houses sink ships. Okay. For Animaniacs, it's a parody of Kennedy's speech when he said, "Ich bin ein Berliner," which means I am a jelly donut. See, this right here. This is why Sheppy wins the trivia games, because he knows stupid shit like this that means nothing to anybody, but will probably come up in a trivia game somewhere. Only Boondock Saints fans would know that last one. Ah, yeah, I've never watched that. Alright, looks like an ad hitting in about 45 seconds, guys. As soon as that clicks over, I am going to step away just for a minute or two, because I've got hydrates on the board and I've got nothing to hydrate with. Plus, I need to stretch a little bit. I've spent too much time in this chair today. Despite my proclamations that I had so many things to get done, I actually did get them done. They just didn't take me as long as I thought they would, and I've spent the rest of the day sitting in this chair.
H2O!
Yep, there's another one.
It really, really sucks.
I'm just going to bring the whole bottle in here. It's going to be one of those days. The posture check, too. I don't know. How's the posture look? I think we're okay, right? We're all right. Maybe sit up a little bit. Give it a little stretch. Actually, I take that back. The ad's going to start almost now. I'm going to finish this because I got like 2 rows to go. I'm going to finish planting this field before I go anywhere. There goes the ads. To be fair, I don't know if there's anybody here right now that's even watching them. I think the few people that were left without a sub got taken care of by Dan this morning. I see a lot of bananas in my chat, so... Sheppy's got 2 bananas for some reason. Why does Sheppy have 2 bananas? To what? There's 2 bananas next to your name. My emotes for sub badges are bananas. So that's one of them. But what is the other one? He's using the Gone Bananas badge? What the hell does that mean? Yeah, Sheppy's got an 8-month subscribe badge, and he's got a Gone Bananas badge. What is a Gone Bananas badge? This Gilded Banana badge was scored by sharing a lulz-worthy clip during April Fool's Week 2025. Alrighty then. That's interesting. Alright, that's done. We're in the middle of ads, guys. I will be right back. I won't be gone long. I just need to refill the water, and I will be right back. Wait a minute. Did that button do what it's supposed to do? Yeah, I'm back. Hi, I'm back. All right, so we got 2 hydrates on the board from Tom. Here's 1. And there's 2. Thank you, Tom. Hi, back. Nice to see you. Well, no, that's a
It's too old. It really, really sucks.
oh, shit. The kitty was blocking that, and then the kitty went away. Damn it, Tom. I know, right? Jesus. Oh, wait. Pedro's covering my face. Tom can't see it. I was watching the fucking timer. Are we going to start this shit? Jesus Christ. Well, that means I'm going to have to get up and refill again sooner than later. All right, so that's done. We got some grass planted. It's going to need another coat of fertilizer at some point, but probably next month we'll do that. Ooh, is it going to rain? Look how cloudy it is. Oh, there's Gary's dog. What's up, Gary? What you got going on tonight? Shit, I'm almost out of points. Really? You run out of points that fast. I tried to help. Yeah, Intent's got plenty of points. He's always here, even when he's not here, which doesn't really make any sense, but also, yes. You use them unlike other people. This is true. You do use them a lot. They have 120. Jesus, how'd you get 122,000? You were carrying a tier 3 sub for a while. That's why. Like, I don't think I've streamed enough hours for you to possibly accumulate that many points, even if you never ever used them. That's incredible. I use them a lot too, but I'm still bankrolling a bit. That makes sense. I have 624. That's enough for one more hydrate. The must, just relaxing. Nice. What Sundays are supposed to be. Used like 100,000 on Fortnite redeems also. This is true. Yeah. You helped Jenny out when she ran out of points. God, this is a bumpy ass road. Jesus. Oh, there's my doggy. Hi, doggy. Come here, doggy. The dumbass was like in the middle of the field the other day. I ran the harvester right over him and he didn't even flinch. I forget his name. Dog's got a really weird name. Wait a minute. Where's his doghouse at? Over here. His name is Shalazar. I don't know why you would name your dog Shalazar, but that's the one that they gave me. You running over to his bowl? Oh, yeah. Go get your food, little doggy. Good doggy. Oh, yep. Just run. Absolutely. Just jump over the doghouse and eat from the top. And, yep. This game. You sure did. Then he voluntarily did. Okay, yeah. During the Simpsons season, I did voluntarily play. Yes, that was a thing. I played with Dan, Denver, and Sky on Friday night because I wasn't real sure what to do with myself. Like, I hate to say this because it's going to go to his head, but when Intense doesn't stream, I don't really know what to do with myself that late. Like, that's like my normal, like, okay, the day's over, sit down around 9:30 at night and relax before I go to bed when Intense streams. That's like my normal thing at the end of a night. I don't want that to go to his head, but that's like when he didn't stream on Friday night, like that, like broke my whole routine. I'm like, well, now what do I do with myself? I ended up playing Fortnite instead. We had a fun time. Stop talking, just stop talking. Same. Yeah, like it's not a it is what it is. It's what I do. What is this? All right, let's see. So, first of all, let me put all this crap away. I need to get enough money for a fertilizer spreader, which I don't have at the moment. So I'm going to have to do a contract or two. Let's see what's on the board. Contracts. All right, we can do baling. We can do, well, I don't have a cultivator, so I would have to lease that. Which honestly, it's only going to reduce the reward by 600, so we could do that. I don't like fertilizing contracts because you got to buy the fertilizer and then you lose money. Harvesting contracts, we've got that. Oh, really? $9,000 for carrots? That's a ripoff. I'm not doing that, especially not with that machine. What's that one? Green beans? It's kind of a big field. Don't really want to do that. Red beets? No, not with that machine. That one's wheat, but it's only $6 grand. 2 streams in one day. At work's are gonna lurk. Hey, that rhymed. At work, gonna lurk. Thanks for the lurk, Mandy. Have fun at work. Yep. Crazy Weather 213. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Cotton. Don't really want to do that. Oh God, Jesus, that's a gigantic field of carrots. $77,000 would be nice, but not for that. So we're on to like all the shitty contracts of shitty crops here. I don't think I can. No, my planter doesn't do corn. I could rent one. We could do some spraying. Those are actually pretty decently paying contracts for using. I don't have a sprayer, but to lease that for $200, that'd be a pretty fast one. Let's do that one. Let's borrow the items. We're spraying with herbicide. So where'd that thing go? So we need to buy some herbicide. Yield improvement, is it here? Yeah, I don't know how much this thing holds. We'll buy 4 to start with. Probably going to need more than that. Let's see. Something broke the monitor. They threw something at it. Now the screen's white. Oh, lovely. Actually, this 4 filled that up pretty nicely. That's normal. It's not normal, but actually, yeah, it is normal. It's one of those 65-inch things we use for our production stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. There, you're probably going to need that. All right, we are going to field 6, which is kind of straight to the north there. So we can see a little bit of the map. God, did you see that guy just pass a school bus and then almost crash into me? Probably could turn the traffic off, but at this point it's just kind of funny to watch. Someone fucked up? Yeah, yep. That's the BGA up there. I've already seen that. Hey, look at this. Oh god, this big field is bigger than I thought it was. Holy shit, look at the size of this thing. Ooh, boy. Good thing we got this big machine. Probably not getting too dirty at work this week. How's that? Yeah, this is only like 6 or 7 rows. It's a big ass machine. This won't take long at all. Having weld training all week long? Oh, I love training. Training is the best. Welding is fun. It's one thing I've never learned how to do. Required 40 hours a year. That seems kind of excessive. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how to weld. I know nothing about welding, but just from the outside looking in, what can you learn in 40 hours about it? That seems like a lot. You are wrong. Thank you. Gotta take fork truck class soon. I had a nickel for the amount of times I had to take forklift training. Over and over and over again, the same shit. Center of gravity. Do you know about the center of gravity and how it shifts when a load gets higher and then when you're on a hill and yeah. You take forklift training, they teach you all these things about physics and whatnot, and in reality, it's just feel. If you feel the back tires coming off the ground, you done fucked up. Stop. That's it. That's all you need to know about driving a forklift. And don't crash into things. Guess I'm taking some ribs to work tomorrow. One set left still. There you go. Don't gotta worry about lunch now. Or run anyone over. Well, yeah, I mean, running into shit, running people over kind of fall along the same vein, but yeah, that makes sense. Some people do deserve it, though. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. A lot of actually stick, TIG, MIG, weld patterns, welding different materials together. It's really a science. I'll take your word for it. Like I said, I've never done it. I don't know what goes into it. I don't know that it's something that I could or would be willing to learn, to be honest with you. But like just on the outside looking in, it's like, okay, apply heat to this. I'm sure there's like different, like you said, there's different types of welds and different materials. And yeah, there probably is a lot more into it than I'm thinking. That's just my ignorance showing, having never done it. You can weld stainless to mild steel, but can't weld mild to stainless. Oh. Think about different types of metals. That makes sense. Probably a whole different theory for every single one of them. Welding is a science, a skill, and an art. Pretty much know enough for what I need to do. You know more than me, that's for sure. One I want to learn but never got around to. Mav can't weld it, we call his brother. There you go. If I can't weld it, I would call Mav. I've done it long enough to make nice looking welds. See, that becomes, that's the art part of it. I've seen some very, very, very shitty welds in my lifetime. And like I said, I don't know how to do it. I have zero skill, but I would expect the guy that we hired to do the welding to have that skill. And sometimes I look, I'm like, this guy has no clue what he's doing. Like, then the shit falls apart a month after it's done. Trying to see, isn't this thing supposed to have... This must not be the one that has the spot sprayer on it. It just kind of sprays everything. It's Precision Farming. There's supposed to be one that's supposed to be a spot sprayer that literally just like sprays individual weeds. This one's spraying everything. I'll have to look into that. His brother welds gas lines for a living? Oh, fuck that. Yeah, open flame near natural gas sounds like a recipe for disaster. The outside can look like shit as long as it got good fusion on the metal. This is true, but... I don't know. In my limited experience, it seems to me like when the outside looks like shit, that means the inside also looks like shit. And it's probably going to fall apart. Maverick can help you. I mean... Yeah, that's kind of a scary proposition, but also... I've seen nice welds that have hammered off. Let's say 61%. A lot of it's just practice, practice, practice. Yeah, that's anything. Doesn't matter how much school you've went to or how much training you've done, you're not gonna be good at it until you do it. Aside from Mom's high pole mount, he did a lot of the welds for her equipment. That one they went down to a driver's house in Tennessee and he did it for her. So he kind of knows what he's doing. As long as the shit doesn't fall apart, that means you've done it right, right? He's done it for years. Same with all the lights and electric equipment. He does all that. They don't pay anyone to set up their stuff. I've heard him talking about doing all the electrical stuff plenty of times. Which, if you'd have asked me 15, 20 years ago, I probably could have kept up with him on that stuff. Like, I used to do a lot of, like, lighting work on cars and a lot of car audio work mostly, but the lighting kind of goes along with it too. So I knew my way around that stuff. The problem is I got married and had kids and kind of stopped messing around with it. And over those years, either I've forgotten the stuff that I did know, but also like newer cars are more complicated and harder to do that shit on. So I'd be terrible at it nowadays. I feel like I can say that about a lot of the skills in my life. Like, yeah, I used to know how to do this, and then I stopped doing it, and I don't remember how to do anything anymore. There's a lot of aspects of my life I can say that about. Like, I just stopped doing things. I used to be interested in tons of shit when I was younger. Now I just sit in this chair all day. Go to work, come home. Took me a long time to get really good, mostly because I didn't do it daily like I've done for the past 3 years. Yeah, that makes sense. When you do something daily, you're going to eventually get good at it. Like you said, just practice. It doesn't matter what you know and what you don't know. When you do it every day, you're going to get good. There are things at my job that I never wanted to be good at, but kind of got forced into doing them every day, and, well, I'm better at things that I never wanted to be good at. So that one's done. I love how it gives you 100% for the contract, even though there's like half the damn field left. But hey, I'll take it. It's an easy 22 grand. Let's do. I think that other spraying one was another 20. Yeah, another 20,000. So why the hell not? That one gives you the big blue machine. Only lose $400 for leasing that. That's that's down by where I live. Get another 4 of these. All that being said, some people shouldn't even look at a welder. I work with a few. Well, yeah, there's that too. Yeah, I just looked. So these contracts pay 20 grand, but it costs 10 grand to buy the damn spray for it. But as fast as they go, it's still worth it. And honestly, this one doesn't even hold as much as that other one did, so I'll have a little bit left over. All right, where is this one? Field 27. We need to go south and then take a left past field 29. That is a massive field there. Good lord, remind me not to buy that field until I got some much bigger equipment. Because holy shit. What do they have planted in there? What is that? They planted carrots in this giant ass field? You know how long that would take? That would be minimum 12 hours to harvest all that. Even with the best equipment in the game. Good lord. Get your damn carrots. They ain't my carrots. Those are Walter's carrots. Walter can keep his carrots. That's ridiculous. All right, am I at the right field? Yep. So let's see. Does this one have a little sensor on it? Sprayer. It does not. All right. That kind of does. Killing the weeds. We ever get this house on some land, Mav's gonna wind up rewiring the whole damn place. So much of it's backwards, fucked up. Yeah, I've talked to him about that before. He's told me some stories of your wiring in that house. I've lived in houses like that. It's like, what the hell were you people thinking? Like, there are few things worse than living in a house with bad wiring. Either not enough outlets, or it constantly blows breakers if you plug too much shit into the wrong place. And, I deal with that a little bit here. Like, for some reason, we found this out the hard way. The outlets in my kitchen that run not the big appliances, but like my coffee pot and air fryer and stuff, are on the same breaker as what I've got my setup here plugged into. So the kid the other night when he was making burgers, he had the potato wedges in the air fryer, and we have like one of those little in-house flat griddles. He had it plugged into the other outlet to make the burgers on. And with those two things running, yeah, he popped the fuse. I was sitting here and all of a sudden the computer went dark. I'm like, what'd you do? So I had to sit here with no computer on while he was cooking dinner. Did he tell you how the previous owner cut the support wall to put in a burger? Yep, he did tell me that. Dumbasses. It's a very oddly shaped field. Oh God, what are you doing?
You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're grade A, number one, bona fide, first class. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. And you'll be one all your dumbass life.
Perfect. Love it. Good job, Darkwolf. Placed the dryer cord instead of new. Tried to sell us leaking front load washer. Tried to leave us a broken fridge. Yeah, I don't know that I would fuck around with cutting dryer cords. Those things pull a lot of power. It would have been better if it ended with Red saying dumbass, right? Red Foreman saying dumbass is like one of the most iconic things on all TV ever, I do believe. After we moved most of our shit out, had to spend a week cleaning the fucking house. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, because they knew that they were leaving. They got rid of the place. They didn't care anymore. Before you go to bed, anyway, you can sneak into Satisfactory and move your dumbass body. Move your dumbass body. That's a new one. Yeah, I think I can probably attempt that. Remind me, because by the time I get off of here, I'll most likely forget, but I'll also definitely stop by your stream before I leave, so. Was looking for a red dumbass. I'm sure there's probably one in Blurb. He must have came back in because it's in, right in the way of another project. Now, see, that's what I do. Log into the map for 5 minutes every couple weeks just because I know where you're deciding to build, and I just go plop myself there just to get in the way. That's like my entire goal in life. I don't really want to play the game with you. I just want to get in your way. That's the only reason to come in. All right, I will go kill you. I probably don't have anything worth keeping anyway, so go ahead. It's not like I can't respawn if I ever do want to come back in. He spent the money on parts for a truck build he was doing instead of paying off the house and tried to get me to pay more, but we had a signed note from his wife saying it was paid in full since her name was on the title too. Oh.
You morons just hung vacancy signs on your asses, and my foot's looking for a room.
There it is. Only one I found. That, yep. Close enough. He had a million lines just like that, and every one of them was hilarious. You got 18,000 between two checks right before Mav and I got married. The last check cleared 2 days before the wedding. I want 18,000. Can you give me 18,000? There's a lot I could do with that right now. Why would you leave when you're in front of a storage box? I was probably looking for something. I don't remember. If I recall, the last time I was in that map, I spent like an hour walking around the mall looking for something that I couldn't find, and I eventually just got pissed off and left. And to be fair, it was probably right in front of me, but I never did find... I don't even remember what I was looking for. I was looking for something. Life insurance money after Dad died? Oh. That makes sense. think I had like 42,000 insurance money, bought the house, paid off his car, covered our honeymoon hotel and gift cards for it, paid off some other stuff too. That's the smart way to do it. And when I got that big payment from the COVID unemployment a few years ago, that was the first thing I did. I called the car loan people. I'm like, how much do I owe? And they gave me a number, and I sent them a check right there, paid that off, paid my insurance up for a year, paid off some other things that I had outstanding, like overpaid on half my utilities. I'm like, I don't want to have to pay any bills for like 6 months. I've got this money. Let's get it out there, you know? And then I sat on my ass for another 6 months. You'd be amazed how easy it is to make money stretch when you don't really have many bills to pay and also don't really go anywhere. Like if you just sit in the house and don't have to do anything, you can make money stretch for a long time. And then went stir crazy. So that was the time too. I was kind of half. That was when I started working at the bar. I was only working like a few days a week there. But that was money under the table, plus free meals, plus free alcohol. So I was like, okay, that helped. Got me out of the house. Honestly, kept me from becoming a raging alcoholic. I was just like a normal alcoholic instead of a raging alcoholic, because let's be fair, I was probably going to be at the bar anyway, but just drinking the entire time instead of working. So at least working got me to slow down on the drinking a little bit. Somehow that turned into a full-time job for 3 years. I looked at that as like just messing around at the beginning. Amazing what it turned into. Finally had to get away from it. This is a very underrated song here. Like, this entire album from beginning to end was great. I used to listen to this album constantly when it first came out. All right, one last row here and we should be done with this. So I'm going to do it smart this time, which I probably should have done with the other one. Okay, that's done. So what I need to do, where am I? I'm down here. Before I accept payment on this contract, all this herbicide that I bought, I'm going to dump it out of this machine and store it, because let's be honest, I paid for it. Why would I give it back with the machine that I rented? This is the road to my farm. Oh god. Oh god. Too fast around the bends. Oh my god. Puppers smell like fall and pumpkins. Phoenix got it. Okay, you realize it's springtime, right? Why did you bathe them in soap that smells like pumpkins? That's backwards. Unload. There we go. Alright, let's go pick these up. Throw them into storage. And we'll have those for later. If I ever actually need them. Now we can accept the contract and that'll go away. Because that one doesn't bother Sophie. It's a doggy shampoo. Well, yeah, okay. But I'm sure they make doggy shampoos that smell like springtime too. Dinner time. Be back soon if you're still alive. All right, Dan. Have a good dinner. Enjoy your filet mignon. All right. So I wanted to buy a fertilizer spreader. We like this little guy. That's only 25,000. Okay, we can afford that. And where's my tractor? Let's bother her because of allergies. They match. Make her go red and itchy. I used to give her a bath and Axe shampoo. Yeah. You're not supposed to use human shampoo on dogs. That will irritate their skin. I used to have to tell my ex-wife that constantly. Oh god, Jesus. This road needs fixed. Where's Intense? Intense, come fix this road. I don't keep crashing my tractor. Be there in a week? Alright. I'll be here waiting. Probably need to make some plans to get the updated FDR stuff and downloaded in here. Can use my Pantene too, but it used to make her smell like her daddy when he used that one. Oh god. I think if I play this map enough, I'm going to end up turning traffic off. It's very annoying. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh boy. Alright. Do we got fertilizer left in here? I got mineral feed. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Silage additive, don't need that. Seeds. There's a half pallet of solid fertilizer. I thought I had more in here. Yeah, and there's that one. That probably won't be enough to fill this up. It's a start. Might as well use it. We have it. And fill the rest up from this thing. $6,000. All right, so the goal here is soil composition. No, we need to go precision farming, nitrogen. So not pH, nitrogen. When I did this field, the planter kind of half fertilized it, not even really half. Now in the base game, you can't fertilize twice within the same month. I don't know if that same rule applies on precision farming, so this is going to be a test. I'm going to go over there and try to fertilize it and see if it'll let me. Playlist seems to be very heavy Gojira tonight. Spotify just gets in these moods where it like focuses on a band and plays every song they ever played. All right, let's see. Watch the little map there and see if it starts to turn green. No, it is not at all. So, okay, we're gonna have to wait a month before we do this. Good to know. Can't do it in the same time. Wait a minute. Did it? Oh, that it changed the changed over to the yield map. Still learning how to work all this stuff. It's like a brand new game. Not really, but Being passed by a UPS truck. I love the random friend ads on Discord with no mutuals. They seem like they're getting worse lately. Like, I have one almost every day when I wake up. It's getting kind of... Like, I used to get one, like, once a month or so. Normally, it was, like... You could trace it down, like, it would... Oh, God. Jesus. You could find at least one mutual server that they randomly joined and just like added a bunch of people on that server. But even like the ones I've been getting lately don't even have mutual servers. No idea where they're finding me. Extremely annoying though. All right, so pretty much that's all I can do with my fields at this point. The only thing left to really do is some more contracts for money, or I could speed time to the following month, but really wouldn't get us anywhere. Time is it? 8:38. Let's do one more. Let's see. Cultivating. Like I said, I do not own a cultivator, but we can rent one for $600. We'll do... That's a $30,000 contract, and it's right by the store. So why not? We'll borrow a tractor. We'll borrow a cultivator. Lease machines are waiting for you at the job. This should be pretty easy. There is... Yeah, I knew they put a weight down here somewhere. But yeah, that's definitely... It seems to be getting worse, and I'm not real sure why. Like, my old routine would be to look and see what the mutual server was, and then just message the admin of that server, and they would ban them, and they would go away, but... The way that they're finding us seems to have changed. There's even a friend request in my spam section. Yeah, I hardly ever look in there, but when I do, there's usually like 10 of them. And I don't know how Discord determines what goes to spam and what comes the whole way through, because they're all garbage, you know? Good lord, could they have given me a smaller cultivator for this huge-ass field? Jesus. Now I see why this pays 20 grand. At least it goes 9 miles an hour, so that's not too bad. Yeah. The Swiss-based trance music DJ. Well, clearly you have a lot in common. You should definitely accept that friend request. 7K Twitch partner pass. I've never been able to figure that out. Like, there is an entire category on Twitch. It's DJs. So please explain this to me. Like, okay, obviously I'm playing licensed music on my stream, but you know, we hide it and get around the Twitch algorithm, whatever. But it's not, you're not allowed to play copyrighted music on stream. They will ding you for it. So how is there an entire category of DJs who literally the entire stream is based around nothing but them playing music? How is that a thing that's allowed? I don't understand how the legality of that works. Like, if I play copyrighted music on my stream, I get dinged for it, even if it's just in the background. But their literal entire stream is based around just that. I've never been able to figure that out. Some kind of loophole or something? Got me on that one. Probably some obscure loophole under fair use. The only thing that I can think, and I honestly, I have no idea, like, I used to work with a DJ like when I was a young teenager. My mom was dating a guy that was a DJ, like traveled on the road doing weddings and stuff, and I used to travel around with them. So I knew a little bit about it back then. I do know that like DJs and radio stations and whatnot, and this is 30-year-old knowledge, so it's probably not accurate today, but we paid a lot more for music than, like, you couldn't just walk into a record store and buy a CD and take it with you. Like, you had to buy it from a special service, and like one song would cost you like $100 because it was licensed for public use. So there's probably something similar to that happens now, even though we don't have CDs and tapes anymore. We have purely digital music. Like, I would really hope these DJs aren't just using Spotify, you know? They've probably got some music service that they use that's similar, like the rights are released for them for public use so they can do it, so it doesn't really violate the DMCA laws. But how would Twitch prove that? Like, do those, if you're in the DJ category, do you got to submit every purchase, every contract? Like, how would they know, you know? When I was doing that, that was late 90s, early 2000s when I was younger, and that was kind of how the copyright thing worked. If you walked into a music store and bought a CD and tried to become a DJ using those CDs, you would get knocked. You had to buy it from a music service that was made and licensed specifically for that, and it was hella expensive. Hella expensive. Like the DJ service that I worked for, he did not buy full albums. If you wanted some obscure song played off the B-side of an album, you weren't getting it. We bought the most popular songs, singles, just because it was that expensive to buy them. Who knows on that one, but that could be it. I'm sure it's probably different, but, you know, some variation. Like I said, the only thing that gets me now is how the hell would Twitch verify that? I don't understand how that part of it would work. It's the same exact song, just one happens to be licensed and one isn't. Probably not easily, no. But yeah, I've caught a few of those streams and I just sit there and watch it. And I'm like, how? You know? There's DJs on Twitch, there's DJs on TikTok. 12%. I gotta be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this. I'm losing steam. This is one of those fields where it'd be good to just put the AI on it and walk away. I'll have to get the kids, see if you're not on when I get back. Yeah, probably maybe another, maybe 10 minutes or so. I will see you somewhere, I'm sure. Probably not here, though. Thanks for hanging out, though. Yeah, I can definitely help with such things. Yeah, for sure. This is one of the big things that FarmSim misses, too. Like, they put such detail in the inside of these tractors. You know, you got the radio and the screens and the joysticks and all the buttons. Like, they really put a lot of work into the insides of these things. And it's all worthless. Like, none of the information on the screen means literally anything. It's just like, it's just there. It doesn't mean anything based on what I'm doing. They finally got the mirrors working, which is honestly amazing. They didn't have those working in 19 or 22, but it'd be cool if the inside of this cab was interactive, or at the very least showed what I was doing and not just some random... It's just yeah, exactly. It's just decoration. It looks extremely nice, but none of it means anything. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Like, those numbers flashing there, they mean nothing. They're just random flashing numbers. I feel like it's a big miss, you know? They put this much attention into the inside of the cabin, and it's all completely worthless. I've watched a lot of Farm Sim streamers. I've played a lot of Farm Sim. I've played a lot of Farm Sim with a lot of people. I don't know a lot of people that play the game from the in-cab view, because it's honestly kind of pointless. Most people play from out here, you know? Imagine the realism, you know. Oh, I gotta look back and see what I'm doing here. I don't know, just a big glaring miss by this game, if you ask me. They did, it would become even more cost and graphic and data and so, yeah, and that's, I mean, I know we're operating on like a 10, 15-year-old engine that they just keep patching over And at what point do they reach the capabilities of that engine and can't upgrade it anymore? Like the last few versions of this game, there's been a couple small feature upgrades and, you know, some new equipment, slightly better graphics, but really no innovation. I wonder, yeah, if they've just reached the end of their processing power, you know? Like without updating, completely rebuilding the base engine, what can they do? Might be that they just don't have the capability, so they don't, you know? They're real good at adding new equipment and new crops because that's pretty easy to do. That's the question? Yeah. It's the question that nobody seems to know the answer to other than people that work in Giants, and they are a very secretive company. Been saying for years they need a challenger, and I don't know if... I know there's some games in development that I kind of halfway follow. I don't know if any of those will be real anything to even come close to being a challenger for this game. As much as we complain about it, it is by far the best farming game on the market. It is what it is. They've got it, you know? Everybody hopes that the next farming game that comes out will challenge Giants and maybe force them to either be better than this game or force this game to be better. But so far it hasn't happened. Yes, this is the best for now. It's the best. Yeah, I mean they've had the market cornered since probably 2013, you know. They were the first. They locked in all the brand deals. I would assume there's probably, and I don't know this, and I'm not a business major to know how this works, but just guessing, I would guess there's probably exclusivity contracts on there, because why wouldn't you do that? So, you know, what am I driving here? I'm driving a John Deere. I'm sure John Deere has a contract with Giants to put this tractor in the game, and they're probably not allowed to put this tractor in any other game that's ever developed. Maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, just seems to me like something they would do. Like, okay, we've got the rights to this, nobody else can do it. Only you can do it. Okay. That part would make it extremely hard for somebody to challenge this game. Been lurking, also maybe slept a little, just a little. Isn't it like 4 in the morning where you are? You ever actually sleep? It's 3 in the morning? That's entirely too early to be awake. Go back to bed, sir. I have to admit, I do sleep. But when? It's 3 in the morning. When do you sleep? That's crazy. Must entertain you also? Oh, I see. So you got to stay awake just to keep me entertained. I appreciate that, buddy. And truth be told, I don't think I'm going to be here much longer. I can't see it. I definitely can't see myself finishing this field tonight. That's going to be probably a weekday project off stream. I'll come in here and finish this. Maybe do a couple more contracts to get the money up, and then when we stream this next weekend, we'll be able to do something other than contracts. Because honestly, these get kind of boring. They're not real lucrative. How many are talking? At the minute, it's just you. It was Dark Wolf, but he left to get a kid. We got 22 lurkers. Seems like a plan, actually. Yeah, well, I'll do some work off stream to get the money built up. Maybe,
H2O!
oh, Tom's still here.
It really,
Hi, Tom.
really sucks.
Thank you, Tom. Lurkers are always like this. Yeah, I don't mind. I listen. I appreciate the lurk. I assume people were busy doing stuff, what have you, but it is what it is. I'm addressing a package. Oh. 592 left. So you got enough left for one more, which means I need to be offline in the next 5 minutes before that cooldown clears. So you can't blow those 500 points, because then you'll have nothing left. You got to save them, Tom. Really, it's going to miss that teeny tiny little spot? We can't let that happen. I'm going to head out anyway. All right, buddy. Have yourself a good, I guess it's morning for you. How did Intense go live? Oh, good. I can send him a raid. Boy, he went live like right at 9 o'clock, before 9 o'clock. That's incredible. Look and see. Yep, he's live. Should I send him a raid? He's still on his damn, intro screen. Be like, what the hell? Ah, you raided me already. Ah, ah, ah. He's gonna make all kind of noise. I can already hear it. Let's hit that button, that button, that button. Yeah, so I will finish this. This field was way bigger than I thought it was. I will finish this up off stream later in the week. I'm pretty much done for the night. As far as the next stream, maybe a midweek stream, depending on how the job goes. I'm going to say probably not. You know, never say never. I might come home from work one day and feel a little bit energized and maybe do a random stream. Other than that, the plan is ATS Illinois is dropping Thursday. I'm going to try to do a stream Thursday night. It'd be like I did a couple weeks ago. It'll either be Thursday night or Friday morning. We'll do some ATS Illinois. We'll open a convoy up if anybody wants to join. I don't know, you know. Don't know if anybody will or not, but it's available if anybody wants to. So we'll try and do that. And then next weekend we'll figure that out as it comes. Keep an eye on the Discord. That's the place to find out where stuff's going on. In the meantime, I'm going to send you guys over to Intense. He's probably not even out of his damn intro screen yet, so he's going to scream and yell and make a bunch of noise. And honestly, that's why we're doing it. It's really fun. So go say hi to Intense. He's playing some Satisfactory. I will see you guys when I see you. Peace out.